Let me introduce our guests. They're clearly divided into those who make television and those who criticize it. Bill Boggs, you're the executive producer of the Morton Downey Jr. show, The Big Mouth.
That's right.
Tell me the truth. Don't you go home every once in a while and say, we went too far, or is that the name of the game, going too far?
No, I don't think so. Do you ever go home from this show saying we went too far because the guests were too passionate about their ideas? We're doing the same kind of show on the Morton Downey Jr. show as you're doing here tonight, and I can prove it.
We'll see.
Okay.
Ralph Nader, the ultimate consumer advocate, a believer in free speech. Isn't that what this is about, free speech, free choices?
No, the freedom to put programs on the air and the freedom to criticize them. I think a lot of these programs are cop-outs because they don't deal with corporate power abuses, workplace abuses, government abuse, as much as they do with the internal personal problems and tragedies of individuals, family violence, problems of transvestites, incest, who ran away, who killed who in the family, and so forth. And that's a good commentary. And we need more feedback, more diversity from the audience, not just in the audience on these programs, but have other programs that show that people who do good things up against big odds, which are controversial, can be very exciting programming indeed. It's not all sugar. We need nutrition.
Maury Povich, host of A Current Affairs. Maury, are we seeing a new form of television? Shocking, sensational. Is that news or is it entertainment?
Well, I don't think a lot of what you saw is news. I think that this is not new. I think it's been around before. In the old days, you had Joe Pine and you had Alan Burke and you had a lot of provocative talk show hosts. I don't think A Current Affair is new. I think A Current Affair is very close to the 60 Minutes tree. I think we may have young people, for instance, who are reporting, who take a little different view of what is news and what is not news than, let's say, 60 Minutes. It's been around 20 years, and maybe they're getting a little tired in the legs.
You called it tabloid TV, Jeff Jarvis. You're the video critic for People magazine. Let's face it, it sells. This medium's a business. What's wrong with selling the product?
Absolutely nothing is wrong with selling the product, but neither is sales a justification. Crack sells, doesn't make it right. Prostitution sells, doesn't make it right. Pornography sells. Tabloid TV sells. Just by the fact that it sells is no justification whatsoever.
When we return, we'll put television and maybe what you watch on trial. See you after a brief recess. Now,
I have so much to say. We've done all 5 of those topics on our show.
But you do it like a circus.
No, we do it like this show, with people going back and forth. But our host isn't like you. He's not being neutral. He's taking an opinion. He's taking he's an advocate on one side.
There's a misconception here that only shows which titillate sell. How about shows which are exciting? There was a show on the Downey show on Worst Pills, Best Pills, book by Dr. Sidney Wolfe.
Right.
Had the biggest response in television history because it told people, millions of them, what pills, drugs don't work, what drugs do work, and keyed it into their maladies of arthritis or high blood pressure. Secondly, we put out a book called Women Activists. These are homemakers all around America who went out and challenged nuclear power companies, coal companies, auto companies, and transformed themselves into leaders, had all kinds of personal problems with their family as a result, and came out the better for it. Couldn't get on Sally Jesse Raphael, couldn't get on Oprah Winfrey show.
On our show. You are in the same place as Morton Downey Jr.
Phil.
Let me tell you.
Right now on this show.
One more quick point. One more quick point.
As long as I can respond.
The problem is, a lot of these talk shows, not the Downey show, they've taken on issues involving corporate power and their advertisers, whether it's drug companies or auto companies, what? Oprah Winfrey, Sally Jesse Raphael, and their producers, they are very reluctant to take issues on where corporate abuse in the marketplace or in the workplace hurts people.
We duck no issue on the Morton Downey Jr. show.
How many corporate power shows?
You are invited. The big finger works for the big mouth. You see this?
You are. Yeah, I'm getting these habits. Right. I want to invite formally Ralph Nader to join us at any point this year, as often as you would like, and help us to construct these shows. We will not duck those issues. No one is telling us to avoid anything on our show. We are going, and you and Morton are more alike than you realize.
All right, wait a second.
He talks louder than you do.